Thank you to Flatline Van Co for sponsoring today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and I am self-converting my Ram ProMaster to live, travel, and work in full-time on the road. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I installed my low-profile roof rack from Flatline Van Co. As usual, check the timeline of this video for time codes that will allow you to jump around to different sections, and check the description box for a link to Flatline Van Co's website. With that, let's get started. So you may be asking, why am I installing a roof rack? Which is a great question. So roof racks can serve many purposes on a van. Personally, I'm going to be using it to attach my solar panels to, and a roof deck, and potentially an awning or a ladder down the road. Other uses includes holding down storage boxes and outdoor equipment such as paddleboards, surfboards, skis, and more. When I started my roof rack research, I was considering doing a DIY rack with either Unistar or 80/20, but quickly realized it can be a very overwhelming process with all of the planning, the measuring, buying each individual little piece, and then putting it all together to make a secure and safe roof rack. Then I came across Flatline Van Co's roof racks. It took all the guesswork out of this task for me and simplified the whole process. Flatline Van Co is a company based out of the Pacific Northwest who designs premium parts and accessories for ProMasters, Sprinters, and Transits to help you get out and explore the world around you. They offer products like roof racks, ladders, awnings, and cabinetry, to name a few. Their roof rack checked all of the boxes and more. Being a DIYer, it was important for me to have a rack that I could install quickly and easily on my own with basic hand tools. The rack takes only 90 minutes to install from start to finish. I also wanted a rack that would be lightweight, since vehicles are not meant to carry an excess load, which can affect the van's performance and longevity. Thankfully, this rack weighs only 68 pounds and is very strong. Additionally, my roof needs to accommodate 2 max air fans, 3 solar panels, and future decking. Therefore, having 6 80/20 adjustable crossbars gave me the flexibility to set the rack to my specific setup, which is crucial because not all roof layouts are going to be the same. Furthermore, I wanted a roof rack that was low profile, so I wouldn't have to worry about the added height and clearance of these already tall vans. Also, I wanted a setup that was quiet and has good aerodynamics for fuel efficiency. The wind fairing in the front plays an important role in achieving this. Here's everything that came in the 2 boxes. To start, I have 6 80/20 extrusion crossbars that are double channeled, 4 side rails, 2 for the back, and 2 for the front, a wind fairing with a gasket, 3 brackets to attach the wind fairing to the front crossbar, 8 clamping foot brackets that will go over the 8 anchor stud brackets for the attaching points on the roof, 2 pieces to attach the wind fairing to the side rails, 2 plates to connect the front and back side rails together, and then various 1/4 inch 20 thread and 5/16 inch 18 thread bolts, along with spring, flat, and lock washers, lock nuts, T-nut inserts, and a 5/32 Allen wrench. You will also need a 1/2 inch and 7/16 inch wrench or socket and ladder. To start, grab an anchor stud bracket, 2 carriage bolts, and a clamping foot bracket. Bring these components to the roof of the van and locate the roof anchor points built into the van. The number of anchors will vary based on the van's wheelbase. On my 159-inch Ram ProMaster, I have 8 attaching points. To install the roof bracket, start by inserting 2 carriage bolts into the anchor plate. Slide the plate from the inside to the outside of the van around the anchor point. Then, cover the plate with a clamping foot. Repeat this for all the anchor points on the roof of your van. Next, carefully place all 4 side rails on the roof of the van. The back rails have a Flatline Van Co campfire logo, whereas the front rails have a sharp angled front where the wind fairing will attach. Each rail has 4 holes on the bottom edge that indicate where the carriage bolts will go. Once the side rail is aligned on the carriage bolts, add the 5/16 spring lock washer and lock nut. The washer will have the concave side facing down, and the nut will have the nylon side facing up. Loosely tighten the nut with a 1/2 inch wrench or socket to hold the side rails in place. Later we will go back through and tighten them once the crossbars and wind fairing are installed. To connect the back and front side rails, grab the rail plates and 1/4 inch bolts, flat washers, and nylocks. On the inside of the rails, line the 4 holes on the connecting plate with the 4 holes on the side rails. Insert the bolt from the outside of the rail, then add a washer and nylock to the bolt on the inside of the roof rack. After hand tightening each of the 4 nuts and bolts, pull the side rails together and begin tightening the bolts with a Allen wrench and 7/16" wrench or socket. Repeat for the other 2 side rails. Now carefully place the 6 crossbars on the roof of the van where you desire. Leave 1 crossbar side to install in the front after the wind fairing has been attached. To fasten the crossbars, line up the holes on the 80/20 ends with the holes or channel provided on the side rails, using the 1/4 inch screws and Allen wrench. Again, don't install this crossbar in the front until after mounting the wind fairing, otherwise you'll have to remove it like I did. The next step is to complete the wind fairing for the front of the roof rack. You will notice the front of the fairing has a textured surface, whereas the back side has a smooth, glossy finish. I'm going to be working with the texture side faced up to add the gasket. The gasket will attach to this edge. The way to know which edge is right is to find the 2 corners with these sharp angles and apply it to the edge between those 2 corners. Now the gasket has 2 separate channels. The right one is like a U shape and it has a textured surface with a metal plate inside. This is the section of the wind fairing that will face the front. Then the left side is a round squishy rubber piece that goes on the back of the wind fairing to rest on the van. Gather the wind fairing hardware. This includes 1/4 inch button head screws, split lock washers, and T-nut inserts, along with these 3 brackets. Loosely screw the T-nut on, leaving enough space to run through the crossbar channel. The left bracket is for the driver's side, the right bracket is for the passenger side, and the center bracket, which is the tallest, is for the middle. So to place those brackets on the channel, you want to make sure that you have your 80-20 on its side, going upright. And then you're going to install one bracket at a time, starting with the passenger side, then the center, then the driver's side. So taking the passenger side one, you're going to take these bottom pieces and they're going to run along the inside of this channel all the way down. So this is my passenger side bracket. I'm going to face it that way, line up those pieces underneath, and slide it all the way down. Pull the crossbar to the fairing strip and center it. Then, rotate the crossbar down onto the wind fairing. Align all three brackets to the holes in the wind fairing by sliding them along the 80-20 channel. Then, tighten the brackets with an Allen wrench while maintaining alignment. Slide the fairing onto the brackets and loosely install a 1/4-inch screw, washer, and nylock to secure the fairing in place. To install the fairing side brackets, use a 1/4-inch screw, flat washer, and nylock. Carefully place the wind fairing on the roof to screw the crossbar into the side rails with the 1/4-inch screws and Allen wrench. Next, loosely screw the wind fairing side brackets into the side rails with a 1/4-inch screw, flat washer, and nylock. And lastly, tighten down all the connections made throughout the install, starting with the crossbars, then the side rails, and finishing with the wind fairing. Make sure everything is tight and secure. With that, I hope this video gave you the confidence and knowledge you need to install your own Flatline Van Co roof rack. Stay tuned for my pre-wiring video next. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.